This is Anna von Reitz webinar 5/16/2022. Update. USVetBank.us. In reference to power of attorney, we have straightened out the situation. It is 100% okay to proceed with any claims. Any concerns have been resolved. The world trade infrastructure. It's like peeling an onion layer of problems. We are getting down to the source of control. Government banks rig commodities, like free energy is available, but the industries have suppressed technology that would benefit humanity. Another example, locking down oil production in the U.S., making us dependent on foreign oil, working on behalf of the oil industry, not consumers. We are the third largest oil producers in the world. We have more crude oil than all the foreign countries in the world. Repurposing oil products. Trek. It's a plastic-based building material. Future of housing. Forests can rehabilitate and refresh. Use oil products to create, not destroy. Just burning up to the atmosphere, damaging the Earth's atmosphere. Biden not doing anything good for Americans, going in the wrong direction, using humanity for profit and suppressing anything that make them lose profit, like patents, technology, science advances, medical treatments, etc. Electrical companies who don't have service in some areas can go to the government and get federal block grants to provide service. To get block grants, you must be incorporated, meaning a municipal government entity, corporation, or cooperative. If you don't have electrical services in your name, the municipal government has no reason to even address you. Any name with an initial, like all caps, Cynthia A. Henderson, but does not have a dot after the A, means that you're a public transmitting utility. In 2015, there was a Puerto Rican electrical utility electric company that went out of business by bankruptcy, and you are now a franchise of that bankrupt electric company. They have assigned your name as their public transmitting utility. You are now paying their debt, and you are now covering the costs of their bankruptcy. Vendor cards are not a credit card. Prepaid credit cards are vendor cards. This is money owed to you and your ancestors for things that you paid in good faith that you thought were owed by you, but you did not have anything owed, so we're returning your money. It can cover mortgages, loans, student loans, tuition, utilities, and other things. She didn't go into very much detail. Income tax. We are proceeding with the assumption that people want their money back. Taxes collected under fraud and misidentification. We will be filing a case to receive recoupment. What is your vision for the future? Reforms needed. Dreams of our future. The time has come to embrace our dreams and create a government that is responsible to humanity, taking care of all equally. Life is what you make of it. People who have their own businesses through perseverance, creativity, and courage. Success comes through the determination, seeing what works, retracing their steps when having failure, but dusting off and tackle again. Nothing is stopping you. Fear of others' opinion, being risky, moving out of your comfort zone, getting off the couch. This is our new adventure. Create and self-govern. The bank. Our bank is going forward. Our bank is number one, very safe. We are the value, and we give the value to everything else. Grand opening is on July the 4th, 2022, built on the concept of love and energy. No more stealing accounts, no more bailouts, no more crypto, more private transactions. How did gold become valuable in comparison to wheat among the people? Trading gold for wheat to eat. So gold only became valuable because people were hungry. Congratulations, we are recognized as being the only people in the U.S. that are not enemies of some form of state. We are not enemies. Congratulations. We need to get more people to safety on the land and soil. New York, this is appeal to get busy. You need co-coordinators, recording secretaries. Step up, New York. There is power in numbers. Jural assembly needs to be set up in each state. Then you can tell the Roman civil court to stuff it. Several incidents of things working in courtrooms, people who were knowledgeable and ready to speak. Brent Allen Winters contracted for 2 additional classes, grand jury classes. Special prize, ask your coordinator. Knowledge is power. You're learning about your own government and your own laws, the common law. I encourage all to attend these classes. American courts address facts and law. So that means that they look at the facts of the case, but they also look at the law. And if the law is unfair, they change the law. The Roman foreign courts, 80 million laws on the books. All the municipal employees and dependents are expected to know them all and follow them all, used to fine people and create a revenue stream. Latching. This is an actual procedure. Latching onto us for duty and service. Problem is, it's not our law, it's not our courts, it's not our duty or service. We are not municipal government employees or their dependents. The Constitution. Americans don't live under the Constitution. The Constitution defines and regulates the subcontractors, state of states, not the people. It set guidelines and limitation. If the Constitution is dissolved, they have no reason to be here, no contract. We are being protected and have been recognized as the American Assembly, classified as Americans. No longer can be misidentified. You're safe. Trading with the Enemy Act doesn't apply to us. No presumptions of war and occupation can be taken. Peace treaty signed. FBI is waking up to Americans and acknowledging our existence. Some Americans acknowledged without harassment. 4 states have General Assembly up and running. Excellence of Common Law, I'm suggesting as a go-to book to start learning the common law. I understand fear of setting up the General Assembly, and the unknown is to overcome with research and knowledge. commonlawyer.com. All right, we're going to start talking about the land and soil jurisdiction. It's like a layer cake. The top layer, this is representing the United States, and it's like you would write your name that they taught you in primer school. So it'd be capital T, lowercase h-e, capital U, lowercase United, capital S, and lowercase states. So this is our national jurisdiction, the soil jurisdiction, where we live, our standing. All states are union states. They are defined, have a physical coordinates, and have borders. Acting together, they are called the union, the local government at the county level. Now, underneath the soil is the supporting soil, and it goes from the center of the earth up to the supporting soil. This is the international jurisdiction, what's called the subsoil, oil, minerals, aquifers. So the reason why we're talking about this is because people are trying to set up their counties before they set up their states. The union state is a national jurisdiction. The state of the union is an international jurisdiction. And see, it initially was set up with the counties first, but we have been human trafficked to the jurisdiction of the sea. And so we have to have a natural progression back to the land and soil jurisdiction. So it has to go from we were human trafficked to the jurisdiction of the sea. Then we went to the international jurisdiction of the land and to the national soil jurisdiction. And there's a natural flow that flows between all of those. This is why state assembly must be populated first. Filling county assembly first will not work and changes our standing in court to be able to claim the natural flow of progression. We must succeed in holding the land and soil, continuing to assert our rights and guarantees of the Constitution from foreign principles. We did this through nationalization of the corporations. Franchises of the U.S. Corporation Inc., that are physically here in the United States, but all are foreign corporations under the territorial municipal governments. So now we put all these companies, the 750,000 companies, under nationalization for the public good. Most getting new CEOs, board of directors, new directives. They are no longer incorporated and all power stripped from the evil deep state players. Now they are American corporations and have new directives. If they are non-compliant with their directives, they get shut down and liquidated. This actually, their fraud and everything that was going on happened with the Act of 1871. It was repealed in 1874, but their intent was an unincorporated business fully liable under the public law to an incorporated entity that could seek bankruptcy protection with no regard to the public interest, all done for profit, authorized for any lawful purpose. No one has ever enforced, so here we are now to enforce all their abuses. Carbon in baby food, chalk in coffee. Bayer and Monsanto are bad companies, mercenary corporations. In World War II, Bayer released aspirins without instructions, caused massive amounts of overdose. Criminal records on multiple continents. Bankruptcy protection only is accepted if working in the public interest, not poisoning your food, water, air, or medicine. Corporations have no innate right to exist. They exist only at the tolerance of the public. If a corporation in your area is doing something wrong, like poisoning your food, you can nationalize them to change the rules, comply, or get liquidated. The IRS, Goldman Sachs, and the Federal Reserve have all moved to China, moving to a new host. That's what parasites do. First, they'll split the country into two different factions. Then they'll be in perpetual war between the non-communist and the communist. Then they'll profit from every scam that they can perpetuate from all activities. Just like they did in Europe, just like they did in the United States, and next they're hitting China. All right, urgently needing donations. Still need donations till funding goes through. Appreciate all donations received. Needing funds to continue fighting the bank. There's an argument between the military and us. One faction of the military wants to get everyone to get a huge chunk of money. Problem is hyperinflation and economy instability. We can approach differently and need to make our case. Other actions would be a better outcome. Still debating and filing concerns about the Philippine claims to the World Trust. Debating about gold distribution to the world after the British so graciously redistributed gold to the Philippines. The legitimacy of our claims and standing are being honored in every court. We will win. We will never give up. Our true enemies would claim all U.S. assets abandoned and that there are no Americans. Your assets would be sold to pay the creditors for their bankruptcy. I claimed all our assets in the entire U.S. Every American has the ability to change their status and claim their assets. My claim for all assets and all American citizens leaves the door open for you to claim when you decide. Start educating on history of fraud. Make your claim. Change your status. Winning in court, big tips. Know who you are and your standing. Know jurisdictions and implications. Practice your facts. Great headway on many projects this week. Setbacks happening, but we are overcoming. Bank will open July 4th, 2022. Thank you for all your help, heart, and dedication to our cause. We are making this happen, a future free of war, prejudice, and injustice. We have earned that and expect no less from our government. We also had some very bad weather in our archives department in Texas and in Alaska. We lost 2 laptops and 1 mainframe destroyed, but all the info was preserved. There was about $30,000 damage. We have been on the edge of completing this several times, and something always comes up and another layer of the onion reveals itself. So keep pushing forward. We will win, but stand firm. The law and God is on our side. Good night and God bless. Thank you. You have a nice night.